my first property. It was a single family residency. Tenants destroyed it after 2 years. So fixed it up, was planning on renting it, but the cash flow wasn't really there. Like it was going to cash flow probably $400. And I had probably 130,000 in profit in that property. So what I did, I guess, or what I'm trying to do is a 1031 exchange.
What is up, YouTube? Matt McKeever here with another episode of Deal Destruction, and today we're going to be looking at a duplex with Sergio. Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good, Matt. How are you?
Good. So I'm excited to be checking this out. This is in Eugene, Oregon, and
Yep.
so definitely not a market I'm super familiar with, but I'm definitely happy to check it out with you. So I'm just going to pull up the screen share, and I think I've got the all right, that looks better. So I think I've got our listing here. So we've got a nice side by side. Each side's got its own one-car garage.
Correct.
So do you want to just kind of talk through the property while we're looking at the photos?
Yeah, so it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. It's located in Eugene, it's a college town. So there's a lot of businesses here, and it's probably, I would say, the second or third biggest city in Oregon, obviously with Portland being the first, and it's a tie between Salem and Eugene for second. But yeah, expected rents for that area is probably around 1,250. And this would be my second duplex in this area. This is where I grew up, so I've just started investing in my backyard, I guess.
Nice.
But yeah, and 2-bedroom.
What's the neighborhood like overall as far as tenants and stuff?
I would probably say it's a C plus B minus neighborhood, so it's not the best area, but my properties have all been around that area. People have been paying me well. I mean, obviously there's going to be a little bit of destruction towards your property because it's not the luxury zone, but yeah.
Awesome.
And because it's in that area, property taxes are pretty cheaper too. It's $2,800, which isn't bad for a duplex in Eugene.
Gotcha. Okay, let's quickly talk through the numbers on the property.
Yep, so it was listed at $339. I offered $345, so that's the current offer on it. So property taxes are $2,800 a year. Insurance is probably going to be around $800 a year as well. As for utilities expenses, the only thing I really pay is for trash. So per side, it's $25 a month, so $50 for both.
Okay.
And then, I mean, obviously there's going to be some repairs down the road, but we'll probably get down.
Yeah. And then, so for gross rents?
So right now, one side is empty. The other one's renting for $1,000. That's way under market. $1,250 is still a little bit under market, but that's where it should be at.
Okay. Is that what you figure the other one you'd rent it out for?
That's what I'm going for. And the other tenant, the one that's paying $1,000, he's been there for 4 years. So I'm probably going to do like a $50 increment raise every year. Hopefully keep him for a while longer because the house on his side looks really good.
Gotcha. Yeah. And then let's circle back to repairs and maintenance. What do you normally do for that? Is that a percentage of gross rents, or how do you estimate that?
So I guess I'm not really that well versed in investments. I know that repairs and maintenance comes up, so I always have like a piggy bank, a savings account saved up, but I never really calculate an amount. It is an older house. I mean, the inspection, nothing really came up. I'm probably going to spend like $2,000 just to bring all the little minor details.
Yeah,
we could go with
like that. 5% maybe.
Yeah.
And then vacancy and bad debt, similar or?
Yeah, I mean, I would probably say every 2 years, there's probably going to be a month where it's not rented. So
Okay. So
So what is that? 1 divided by 24.
yeah, a little bit lower than what I did there, but not too far off
Okay.
overall. And then for property management, it sounds like you're probably going to self-manage at the start, but what
I
would it
do.
cost to do similar?
Around this area, probably 7% would be a safe number.
Gotcha. And just gotta switch all these to annual. And so is your number one goal here cash flow in
Yep. So
regards to
when I run
investing?
my numbers, obviously without accounting for the property management repairs and vacancy, I want to
Yeah.
do 400 per door. That's my minimum
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to get.
And how's that fall in line with kind of the market in general?
My current duplex that I have, again, not accounting for those property management repairs and vacancies, I'm getting 1,000 and so 500 per door. Uh, because of the whole situation right now, I feel like people are overpaying on duplexes, just investors trying to get in to real estate. And so numbers wise, if you run it with 25% down payment, it's not adding up to that $400 per door cash flow. But that's my goal. I mean, if it's that, then it makes sense for me. If not, it's not worth the headache.
Gotcha. And then, so what's your mortgage look like if you were to buy this at 345?
345 with 25% down. Let me um, pull up a calculator. Like I said it prior, I am doing a 1031 exchange, so I'm going to do a bit more than that, but
Right.
assuming I only do 25. I'm getting a 3.5 rate on it. So mortgage wise, I'm looking at 1,470.
Okay. So yeah, once we factor in all our costs, we're going to probably be a fair bit lower than
Yeah.
what you're looking at from cash flow.
Yep.
But I do really like including property management, repairs and maintenance, and vacancy and bad debt in my projections, just because for most people, they don't want to build themselves a job with their real estate portfolio, right? The goal is
Yeah.
at some point in time be able to really step away and walk away. So I think
Yeah.
it's just great to be able to go eyes wide open in that regards. So
That makes
at least the
sense.
nice thing is if you ever decide to be completely hands off, it looks like you should still have a decent margin there in
Yeah.
regards to that, because I think like your property management, 7% seems reasonable. We factored in repairs and maintenance, vacancy and bad debt. So yeah, but certainly it's not a cash cow once you factor in
No.
the property management.
Yeah. I mean, the numbers that I was running with me doing all the repairs pretty much
Mm-hmm.
and the maintenance, gross rents should be in theory 2,500. Once I bring
Mm-hmm.
up the rents, mortgage of 1,470, that's $1,000 a month basically. But again, like you stated, obviously there's going to be stuff that comes up in the future where maintenance is required and you have to throw some money at your property to keep it up to date.
Mm-hmm. So what's the long-term plan with real estate investing? Is it build up a portfolio of similar type rental properties?
Yeah, so at first I bought a couple single families and then I ventured out to a duplex for my third property that I purchased. Really like the idea of multifamily. I don't know, it just feels like a safer investment overall. So I'm just trying to build up my portfolio, hopefully replace my current active income. So want to be able to be financially free so I could work where I want to work and do what I want to do versus having to work for money.
Yeah, I can definitely respect that. So how many doors do you figure you need to build up in order to hit that fire number?
Well, I was hoping for 10 doors. So that,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And
obviously,
that's like if we're self-managing, right?
exactly, if I'm self-managing. Uh, Currently living in a single family, I think my future goal coming up next year would be to sell this, move into half of a duplex, so purchase another duplex, move into half of it, lower my monthly expense. That way I could boost myself up, hopefully go part-time
Mm-hmm.
in my job, be able to do stuff that I like and which is investing in ultimately and managing properties. So that's the goal.
Nice. I
Yeah.
like it. And what are the like the rules in your state or city in regards to raising rents? Can you just raise it whenever you want? Do you have to wait till they move out?
So you have a 9% max amount so 9% of whatever current rents are that you could raise per year. So
Okay. So
obviously
you
if
could
I could
course
raise
correct
more.
within 2 to 3 years then?
I could, but he's been there for 4 years, and if the house is in perfect condition, if I might risk more by raising his rental right away, have him leave, and then have to put another tenant who's not going to take as well care of it. So I'd rather earn a little bit less right now up front, but not have to deal with the headache of dealing with a bad tenant like my single family.
Gotcha. Well, it's at least nice to have that option.
Yeah. Yep.
Because usually here in my province, it's usually capped around 2%. So
Oh
it's pretty
gosh.
hard to catch up to fair market value when you can only raise
$20
it
a
by
year.
2%.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Awesome, Sergio. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show, and it seems like an overall solid deal to me. Again, if you could just squeeze out a little bit more cash flow on it, I think
Yeah.
that would definitely get me more in the comfort zone. But
That
again,
does.
if fair market value, knowing that you can always raise the rents essentially at your discretion is nice, just because if all of a sudden the costs are a little bit higher than expected, you can pivot quickly and potentially raise the rents.
Yeah. It's a competitive market right now, especially in my area. And since I'm doing that 1031 exchange, there's like a month and a half window where you have to, after you close on your property, that you have to purchase another one. So although I'd rather overpay a little bit for the property than and pay that money for taxes. So I'd rather overpay
Yeah,
for a
clock's
house.
ticking.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. All right. Well, thanks again for being on
Yeah,
episode of Deal Destruction. For anyone else that's watching this, again, it's really not that bad. All you need to do is sign up in the email, which will be in the video description down below, and you can be on the next episode of Deal Destruction. I guess if people want to follow along with you on your investing journey, can they? Are you on social media? Are you sharing what you're doing?
not at this time. So as I have a full-time job, and I mean it's kind of like a hobby, I guess. But no, nothing I could really share at this time. Maybe in the future.
All right. Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you.